Royals baseball comes to you on a beautiful, bright, sunny Sunday afternoon in Detroit, Michigan, as the Royals and Tigers wrap up a 4-game series. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the ballpark with Rex Hudler. I'm Ryan Lefevre. And in the second half, the Royals, with a much younger roster, have played a lot better. They've played a lot more close games than they did in the first half. They're winning them at home. They're not winning them on the road.
This has been a season of development, a season of learning how to win and how to lose. And there is a certain way to do it. You can't accept losing, and they're going to learn this. But you have to continue to press on, and they've got to clean it up in a few areas. There's no question about it on the road, and it's a mentality thing. Merrifield, he's doing his part. He's helping out, and they just can't hold the lead at the end. That's got to change, but it's going to happen over a period of time.
And with all this talk about the Royals' young players, how about the strong finishes for two veterans? We'll talk about that when we come back. Home game of the season. But it's not just the young guys who have played better in the second half.
No, and you know what's even more important? Your veteran guys. Alex Gordon, he's putting on a clinic. He's showing you, those young players, exactly how you finish. Big leaguers pride themselves in strong finishes, especially in dismal seasons like this. These two guys right here are worth their weight teaching the youngsters.
Brad Keller pitches for the Royals today. He had a strong beginning, and he's having a strong finish. 7 games to go in 2018, 3 on the road. Brad Keller takes the mound for the Royals this afternoon. The lineups and the first pitch are coming up next. Okay. 65 degrees and sunshine with the wind blowing in. Tigers have won 2 of the first 3 games, but the Royals have already clinched the season series. And for the 3rd time in the series, the Royals will face a lefty. So Ryan O'Hearn, Brett Phillips, and Brian Goodwin are not in the starting lineup. Alex Gordon is the only lefty in there today. And here is Daniel Norris. Once upon a time, the Toronto Blue Jays' #1 pitching prospect, but this year he spent more time on the disabled list than he has on the mound.
Yeah, and you know, you're going to experience seasons like that, but he too, like the rest of them, trying to finish strong. Hasn't had the best of seasons, but in order to beat him, the Royals have got to look him up. Now that 4-seamer, that's a .307 opponent average, along with 5 home runs. So look for that. Put some, you know, some doubt in his mind on that particular pitch. He's got a pretty good slider. Defending behind him, Victor Reyes, a center fielder. He's 23 years old, 6'5", 200. Got a nice future. If he can hit, he plays good defense. Inside, or the infield, Pete Kozma, he's a fantastic shortstop. He's a veteran. He's had a good series, 4 for 10, and played a good shortstop. Looks pretty good.
And Whit Merrifield just keeps rolling along. He has a 13-game hitting streak. He has hit .360 on this trip, and he's ripping at the first pitch, and he pulls it foul outside of third base. He has scored 15 runs, which is job #1 for a leadoff hitter, and he's the only Royal in history with 4 separate hitting streaks of 12 or more in the same season. No balls, 2 strikes.
Interesting, all the attention he's getting now, and that's just the way baseball is. The respect sometimes doesn't come till late in the season. Now they're starting to see the value of him. Smart hitter, sprays the ball around. Really, when you have people asking you, how do you pitch him for success? Well, better off just throwing the ball down the middle and taking your chances he hits it at somebody.
He is down 0-2 here, and last night he had 2 walks after falling behind, no balls and 2 strikes.
Seeing a lot of pitches and showing some excellent plate defense. Excuse me, discipline.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Witt's starting to hit some home runs in the second half, but the thing that's impressed me the most is that he hit 19 last year, and he did not allow that to change his game. It's not like his OPS or slugging percentage has struggled. He's hit more doubles. He has the most hits right now in the American League, but as you and I have discussed many times, a guy who's not known for his power has a big year with home runs, can get carried away and wreck the rest of his career. Norris puts him away after jumping ahead, and 1 down in the first inning.
Well, it's because he has a high IQ. He has a big baseball IQ. He's smart, and he's not an easy out, so he knows who he is. A good breaking ball at the top of the zone. We've seen a lot more of those this year. Used to be pitchers didn't like to throw any hanging up in the zone. Seen a lot of guys going up there this year with the breaking stuff.
And now Mondesi takes up and away. And the thinking being, you know, when we say a hanging breaking ball, it's usually at the belt or lower, a pitch that the hitter can elevate. And now with the emphasis on launch angle and more uppercut swings, it's kind of against conventional thinking, but if a breaking ball is up and in the strike zone, you can't lift that pitch.
Right, so they leave it alone.
3-0 on Mondesi. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning yesterday. 3-1. He is homered in this series. 5 of his 14 home runs, career home runs, have come against the Tigers. And he has 3 home runs in his last 5 games against the Tigers.
You can't get a crisper, cleaner day. The elements today will be the sun, obviously, and the flag. The wind's not blowing as bad as it was earlier. It'll have an effect. And another thing, looking at the field, you see the backdrop there. This is the perfect time of day for a hitter. The backdrop there, it's beautiful. There's ivy over it and stuff. There's hedges, but it's dark. It's very dark, so the ball is white. Really, really light so you can see it. And that's important to see that ball. Pick up the rotation. Oh.
Deep to left field, and Mondesi has another home run against the Tigers. So he has 4 home runs in his last 6 games against Detroit, and that is number 12 this year.
Man, talk about the barrel and seeing the ball. That's exactly what he did. He let the ball come to him. And that was a swung on gone. Look at the one-hand takeoff, the top hand release. Full extent. Nice stroke. High fives all around. 10s.
And that's 7 home runs for the Royals in this series. Mondesi second. Alex Gordon homered in last night's game. That's slash foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. And he's the subject of our Toyota League leaders. Alex has 9 seasons with 12 or more home runs. Only George Brett has more.
That home run swing last night on that breaking ball was really special. That's one of the best home runs I think he's hit this year. It's from a left-hander, and it was a big breaking ball. And his swing was perfect for that pitch.
3 balls, 1 strike. And he's really taken to batting third. He was doing a great job batting second. And Ned Yost wanted to move up Mondesi in the order, so Alex slid down to third and has had a great deal of success with Merrifield and Mondesi on base. Rodriguez makes the play in shallow right. 2 down in the first inning. Back to Mondesi and StatCast AI, powered by AWS.
Ooh, man, how about that? I like the exit velo. You can tell he barreled it. That's anything over 104, 103, 104 is just powdered.
now fastball strike to Salvador Perez. He homered in last night's game, tying his career high with 27. It was also his 500th career RBI. 1 ball, 1 strike. And Salvy's next home run this year will be a major league record. Our Kubota Power Stats as far as Royals history goes. Salvy joined Steve Balboni, Bo Jackson, Jermaine Dye, and Mike Sweeney as the only Royals with back-to-back seasons of 27 or more home runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And if getting back to the major league record, if Salvy hits another home run this year, he'll be the first player in major league history to have an increase in home runs for 7 straight years to begin a career.
Oh, man, that's amazing. Continues to get better and better. But what that is as you mature as a hitter, you start recognizing pitches that you can handle, and experience has really helped you do that. How to keep the ball fair down the line by keeping your hands inside. But that pyramid speaks volumes, and I love the blue.
3 balls, 2 strikes. Holtze just reminded me it's not just a record to begin a career, it's a record period. If he hits another home run.
Sure, it's going
for Salvy, it goes back to the beginning of his career, but a home run increase in 7 straight seasons. Ouch.
Six of his 27 have come off of lefties. Wow, fastball. You know, that wasn't a bad pitch. Usually when you foul a ball off your foot, it's a bad pitch. That wasn't too bad. Misses the bat. Just missed.
Of course it did. When does it ever hit right off the guard? That's well hit to center field. Salvy is on with 2 outs. And now he's on for Hunter Dozier. And while we're talking about home runs, Hunter has 1 hit in this series, but it was maybe the most impressive of all the home runs hit in this series for the Royals or the Tigers. And that line drive home run over the hedges in straightaway center field in Game 1.
You mean the perfect home run? You could draw a line from home plate through second base all the way to the 420 sign in center, and that's where that ball left.
That's lined to left field, but he hit it too hard.
Too bad.
And it sails out to Matuk to end the inning. Mondesi hit it too hard, but he also hit it too high. And the Royals have a 1-0 lead.
All aboard.
Keller has a 1-0 lead as he gets ready to face the Tigers. And the Tigers will be seeing Keller for the 5th time this year, but the first 4 were out of the bullpen. So this will be the first time they see him as a starter. He is making his 20th start of the year.
And that's good for him, because the less they know about you, the better off. Of course, they know he's going to pound that strike zone. Believe it. Fastball is his pitch. And when you throw 70% of them, you've got to command it. 4 and 2 seamers. Both of them really good movement. Downward action. Live. Ground ball machine. It's going to be a key for most pitchers, it is, but for Keller, who throws 70%, 4 and 2 seamers, got to command.
And quickly 0-2 on Jeimer Candelario. One ball, 2 strikes.
Used a word quickly. That explains Keller's tempo. Really good for a ground ball pitcher.
And there's a ground ball back to Keller. 1 down.
Forward around the horn, Royals defense. Whit Merrifield in center, getting his 26th start out there. You know, the more room in center field, the merrier for Merrifield. Believe that. He likes to run. He's going to do fine out there. He loves it. Alberto Mondesi playing in his 17th straight game. It's impressive to watch this young man play some shortstop. He's got his buddy Esky and Herrera on his right and left.
One out to Kristen Stewart, who is the DH today. Tiger rookie hit his first 2 major league home runs on Thursday night in the first 2 innings. And he finished the game with 6 RBIs. 1 ball, 1 strike. He has 1 hit since that first game. Fastball running away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The thing about Keller and all those ground balls is, you know, some pitchers, especially on TV, the movement is obvious. You can just see the ball flying to the right or left. Nice backhand 1-hop stop, which is not easy to say by Herrera. So another ground ball out, and there are 2 down. Think about Keller, his movement, it's not a lot of movement, and talking to Cal Eldred, it's very late, which if we can't see it very well on TV, the hitters aren't seeing it very well. So late movement, good movement, and he throws a heavy baseball, and that ground ball rate, that's up there with the elite in the major leagues this year.
Yep, you're right. And hitter can track it, but the last 2 feet to the plate, he can't control that movement, and he can't barrel it where he wants to.
As opposed to Jorge Lopez when he was going for the perfect game in Minnesota. I mean, it was clear as day how much that ball was moving. But with Keller, it's not much, but it's very late.
That's right. It makes him dangerous. What a play by Rosell Herrera.
1-1 on Castellanos.
Herrera's a ball player. I've been really impressed with him this year. Now, not just me, but it's baseball people that watch the game. I mean, he plays everywhere on the diamond. The degree of difficulty is very high. Some of the spots he plays, and he makes it look easy. And it's a hot smash to the backhand side. You're basically saying ole. Look at, he gloves it. He's able to turn, get his feet, and throw a dart. He's got a good throwing arm as well.
3-1 on Castellanos. Shallow right, up into the glare. 3 Royals are there, and it's Bonifacio in foul territory to put an end to a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. For Brad Keller, 1-0 Royals.
True moment later in today's game. 1-0. Royals on top. Mondesi, man, he unloaded for his 12th home run of the year.
Fastball strike to Jorge Bonifacio, who, like Dozier, has one hit in this series, but it was a home run. He had a 3-run home run in the first inning on Thursday, and that ended up being the first of 6 combined home runs in that game. Seven home runs in game 1, and the Tigers 11-8 victory. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and then the next 2 games have been 1-run games. The Royals won on Friday 4-3, and the Tigers returned the favor last night 5-4. Three balls, 2 strikes. Escobar and Herrera are coming up. Bonifacio's on with a leadoff walk. And now Escobar, and with a left-hand pitcher on the mound, opportunity to get a right-hand bat in there and an Arquilla drive to success. It may as well be Alcides Escobar, who hits .500 against Daniel Norris in 16 at-bats, with a double, a triple, and a home run.
Hey, there's some confidence right there. You hit a gap here, you're guaranteed to score a runner from first. I don't care how slow or fast he is. You're going to get him in there. It's big here. Big gaps. Huge center field. Esky overall 227 off of left-handed pitching this year.
Here's a high breaking ball. 0-2.
Didn't have a good swing at that, but he has been hitting a lot better in the second half of the season.
One ball, 2 strikes. Escobar puts it in play with 2 strikes. Close, but out at first. Rodriguez throws him out. Bonifacio moves up to second.
Nice productive out there, though. That'll work. Get him in scoring position. Norris, you see that. He's got a lot of pitches. Slider, though, that's the one that gets the outs. Only throws it 2% of the time when he has to.
That slider percentage has gone up quite a bit this year. It was right around 22% last year, and now 36% this year. Here's Herrera, and Rosie grounds it foul. And he's probably throwing the slider more often because his fastball hasn't been the same. He averaged 93 last year and just under 91 this year.
That's good hitting speed. Got to bring in something else. Got to be able to mix them.
Fouled away, 0-2. And Norris has had one injury after another. So when we look at these numbers, 15 and 16 versus the last 2 years, and a lot more losses than wins, a much higher ERA, a lot more walks. He's had elbow surgery. He's had thyroid cancer. He's had a fractured back, an oblique problem, a groin problem, which he had surgery on early this year. So it's probably not Even though he's healthy and cleared to pitch, it's probably not the right time to evaluate him yet. He probably needs another off season to rest and recover.
Yeah, but has big league stuff. And he'll get plenty of opportunities. Sometimes, you know, you just can't control those elements, and it can be painful. You can go, oh, I'm hurt again. You know, that just takes time off your career that's already short. The more time you miss, the more panic sets in sometimes. Can't make a living if you're not healthy.
And this has also been an issue in his career too. A lot of pitches. It's gone from 0-2 to 3-2 with Herrera. He is averaging under 5 innings per start. That has a lot to do with a high pitch count in a short period of time. Pitch number 46, and he gets Herrera with a strikeout. Norris is second, and they're 2 down.
Maybe didn't pick it up. Had a late swing on it. And hitters tend to give up when they see it that far outside from a lefty. They call that a backdoor breaking ball.
Gallagher lifts it to shallow center field. Charging in Reyes, and he makes a basket catch, avoiding a collision with Rodriguez, who is going out from second base. And Norris gets around the leadoff walk.
To be out there catching Brad Keller this afternoon. Joel Goldberg back at Comerica Park, and for Gallagher, he's battling a quad injury, and he said it's not perfect at this point, although a lot of treatment. He said he feels like he's got a little extra air in the tire there. He said it hurts him really in 2 facets. One, running. He said, but hey, we know I'm not a fast guy anyway, so I can sacrifice that. And 2, he said blocking. That'll hurt him some, but he said he will make that sacrifice, live with the pain. Bottom line, as a guy that's been in the minor leagues a lot, he said I'd much rather be here in September than back at home.
Got that right, Goldie. Look, spit on it, tape an aspirin on it. He's in the big leagues right now, and I know
Does that work?
It does. It's more mental. That's a mental. You can get through it. But I noticed him coming out of the box the other day, his first 3 or 4 steps. You know, when your quads hurt, when you're pulling your legs up, he was gimping a little bit.
That's probably better for your kidneys, isn't it, to tape an aspirin?
That's right.
To the part that hurts instead of actually
tape an
swallowing
aspirin. I learned that from my high school football coach. Had a little boo-boo, you know, and I'm like, it hurt a little owie. Oh, really? Tape an aspirin on it, son.
That's Keller's first strikeout against Nico Goodrum. One down in the second inning.
Good solid downhill angle. There it is. Look at that dropper. Man, is that nice. That old dude drop in. That's a beauty. You can't hit it with a shovel. Man, it's a tough angle. And he's.
Or with a table leg.
Exactly. Anything that's wide that you'd think that a tennis racket, you know, but it's to hit a round bat. To hit it with that, no chance.
Mikey Matuk takes ball one. Keller's first strikeout today is on his slider, and all 7 of his strikeouts on Monday against the Pirates came on his slider. 1-1 on Matuk. He had the big hit last night for the Tigers with that 2-run home run in the bottom of the 8th inning. Royals got a run in the top of the 8th to tie the game, and then they got a home run in the 9th from Salvador Perez to make it a 1-run game, but that was it. The table leg reference, and it's timely because we're here in Detroit, but I don't know if it's urban legend, but people in the Tigers organization say it's true. Nolan Ryan was throwing a no-hitter against the Tigers, and Norm Cash, Tiger great, who had a great sense of humor, went up to the plate with a table leg instead of his bat. The umpire said, "What are you doing with that? You can't come up here with that." To which he famously, or as the legend goes, said, "Well, I'm not hitting him with my bat. I may as well try something else."
It's a compliment.
Hall of Famer Al Kaline, one of the great gentlemen in the game and one of the best of all time. And there he is there, always here for the Tiger home games. You need to go ask him if that's a true story. The Norm Cash table leg story.
Okay. I'm on it.
Out to Escobar, who's at third today. Keller has another ground ball. 2 outs. Esky's first game, maybe his first 2 games, he looked a little uncomfortable at third base, but that was pretty much the end of it. He's looked very comfortable since. Here's Ronnie Rodriguez with 2 down. Keller throws a fastball for a strike. Another ground ball. Tester. Esky, bare hand, got him.
Boy, how about that release? Again, he got a nice candy hop for the catch, but then he caught it, and his throwing stroke was almost in the same motion. Watch how quick it was. Throw off of that right leg. That's where you get your leverage. Right over the top. Beautiful.
Royals, top of the third. Breaking ball strike to Whit Merrifield. Adalberto Mondesi homered in the first inning for the 1-0 lead. Norris struck out Whit first time up.
Tester. Watch out.
And Grainer over near the Royals on deck area where there's a lot of weighted bats and weighted sleeves and donuts. That can be dangerous for a catcher, but he avoided the on deck area. All right, Hud, time for Built for Baseball, brought to you by T-Mobile.
Oh, now watch this. This is a clinic on how to get rid of the ball right over the top. That's perfect. On the money, honey. Look at, he started back, but he's coming in. Look at the angle. He's got to go towards it, but that means he's got to really get up on top of that throwing stroke, and that's exactly what he did. Skills.
Mondesi with one out. He has hit 12 home runs this year. 10 have been 400 feet or farther. And now he goes the other way up the right field line.
Double.
And it bounces over the wall for a double, and that's a break for the Tigers because that ball hits the wall. That is an easy triple for Mondesi. And he's at second base with one out.
So just to let the average fan know out there that it takes time for a player like Mondesi to develop. I mean, it doesn't happen a lot of times overnight. Some it does, but look at the 85. That's a changeup going the opposite way. You can't teach that. You try to tell him to do that, but that's perfect. Went with the pitch, didn't try to pull it. 16, he got his first cup of coffee in the regular season. Now, he had 135 at-bats and hit just 185, did Mondesi, but he was totally overmatched at the plate. Remember? The next year, 17.
Probably mentally as much physically.
Right.
After a while, you could tell that he just wasn't himself at the plate.
Okay, in 17, he hit 170 with just 53 at-bats, overmatched. The hits he got were bunts.
And now he's headed for third, and Alex fouls it back.
So, you know, and now tell you how confidence plays a big factor. He started producing early when he first got here, and he hasn't stopped. And now he's like, watch me go.
I'm sure Alex saw the big jump, but he just couldn't resist. A hanging breaking ball looked like. Just spinning out in front of him.
I'm going to take it. Let him get to third. You can see that. Get him in scoring position, easier chance to get him in, especially with less than 2 outs. Alex can hit with 2 strikes now.
Still 0-2.
Yeah, when you're at third base, there's a lot easier ways to score you from third.
More options.
More options. Thank you.
But I'm guessing the pitch that Alex saw, he thought he was going to put in the bleachers in right field.
It was a hanger. You're right. Right idea.
Well, what'd you find out about Norm Cash?
The security didn't want to let me in. And I don't blame him. He's a Hall of Famer. I knocked on the door anyway, stuck my head. Mr. K-Line, Mr. K-Line, could you help me? He stuck his head up. I said, is it true that Norm Cash took a table leg up to the plate when Nolan Ryan was pitching? And he said, yes. And I said, well, how did it turn out? He said, not too good. They threw him out of the game. I said, what?
It's a true story.
They threw him out of the game. Didn't the umpires know he was just joking? Yeah, but you can't bring anything out. You know, it's illegal. They tossed
right
him.
Now he's going, I can't believe Rex Hudler believed that they threw. He's trying to cover his mouth from laughing.
That's what he told me. He was there.
1 ball, 2 strikes. He is a nice man. Al Kaline.
You know, every time we come here, he always comes into our booth and he asked if there's anything that he can do for us. And I said, oh, you mean Mr. Cain? Look at Alex. Is that a B? Like something flew by
here.
Yeah. And so he'll sign one of my baseballs for charity. And so he's always offering if I can help for charity.
He was a longtime Tiger broadcaster. He and George Kell did Tiger TV for a long time, and George Kell was a Hall of Famer.
And Ernie Harwell too. They've had their share of greatness up here in the booth. Look at Alex. He's tough to get out. Look at that.
Line to left. Long at bat, a lot of foul balls, and Alex is on with Mondesi going to third. And with a bug in his ear.
Check it out. All right, pitch by pitch. Look at him. Look, they're all over. He thinks he can get him out up. Alex finally wins. 91-mile-an-hour heater. Perfect stroke. Look at that front foot. Didn't even hardly move. The front foot is like the bit in the horse's mouth. It controls the body. And the hands are working so nice now.
Salvi singled to center in the first inning. One and one.
In order to stay away from that ground ball double play, got to think right field. Try to pull his stuff, especially that slider. You're going to hit the top of the ball.
He had a heck of a rip on that pitch.
That was going
and
dead.
He looks like he's going to center field or right center.
That was a dead center swing there.
60 pitches turned in by Norris, and there's only one out in the third inning.
Oh, you were right on that. That's way too many.
He'd be a tough guy to play defense behind.
Look at Cosma, the shortstop, right now. He's looking at the ground. He's kicking the ground. He's playing groundskeeper. He's taking care of all the little potholes and divots out there. That's what you do. He's lost his focus. That's what that does. Look at him. The other guys are doing the same thing. Outfielders, they're looking at the moths flying by, at the bugs in the grass.
Stopped by Griner. 2-2.
Little throw over like that. That was a lazy throw over. Mondesi at third base could have scored on that if he was ready to. That's the kind of speed he has. And he gets a good initial lead. They didn't care about him at all. He just lollipop threw the ball over there to first.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
He has game-changing speed.
And Salvi comes back from 1-2 and gets a walk.
Gear up for fall weather and purchase a theme ticket to our second annual Love Your Melon Night at the K on Thursday. Enjoy watching the Royals take on the Indians and take home a limited edition KC Love Your Melon beanie with a custom leather patch. Head to Royals.com/team ticket to view the beanie and purchase your ticket today. We want to see you Thursday. Full house.
Grounded to third. Candelario to second. Rodriguez to first. And out of all that, Norris does not allow a single run. And now everyone can wake up and get ready for the bottom of the third. Missouri Lottery. Every ticket played gives back to Missouri schools. So play it forward with the Missouri Lottery. And by Chevrolet, the most awarded and fastest growing brand the last 4 years overall. Find yours at your Kansas City area Chevy dealers. 1-0 Royals on a Mondesi home run. And then the Royals just had the bases loaded with one out. And Norris got Dozier to ground into a double play. Now Mondesi going out from short and makes an over-the-head sliding play to take a hit away from Grainer.
Game-changing speed. Converts on defense just as well as it does on the bases. Look at this. That's a straight line, great route. Look at the motor running. That's the feet. The motor runs the body. And that's a great extension there and good focus. Go ahead, young man. Put on a clinic.
And now Keller to his good buddy Victor Reyes. As Mondesi is giving thanks for that great play.
That's another thing I love about it.
Thanks are being returned to him for making that great play.
Thanks were given to him at birth with the tools he's got. The man, his hands, his feet, his man. Let's take a look at it again. Good concentration, high sky, not easy to pick up a baseball, and he feathers it in with soft hands there right at the end of his fingers.
Pete Cosmo with 2 down. Keller has set down the first 8 today. Cosmo is 4 out of 10 in this series, and he's played outstanding at shortstop. And a line drive to right field is run down by Bonifacio, and now Keller has retired the first 9 Tigers today, and he needed just 6 pitches to get through the third. take a 1-0 lead on a Mondesi home run into the 4th inning. 0-1 on Bonifacio, who also led off the 2nd with a walk. A little bit inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That's a big curveball. That's Barry Zito-like.
No doubt.
Falling out of the sky.
Look at that thing. And that has, you know, it's not exactly right over the top 12-6, but that's a good bender.
Grounded to Candelario in time to get Bonifacio.
It's another fastball that they got hit hard, but the key for the Royals to beat Norris is to get that fastball. There you go. One right there on the inner half. Gone. Solo homer. You want another one? There it is, middle of the plate. Salvi kind of jammed him, but he still muscled it out there. And Alex, he went with another fastball. That's the key. When you get it, try not to miss it.
So far, so good. Heskey grounds it through the hole on the right side, which was a big hole. And so he's on with 1 out.
Another fastball, and he didn't miss it. Look at that. Middle away. Up. Get on base. Continues to hit Norris well.
Herrera struck out in the 2nd inning. Norris has struck out 2. And there's a base hit into left field. Escobar takes a wide turn, but he'll hold, and the Royals have 2 on with 1 out, and they have 8 base runners in the first 4 innings.
Herrera jumps all over it. Fastball up. Look for it all day long. That's a nice hitting speed. Hit 90 in the middle. Plenty of time for a hitter to get around on it. 90, 94, 95, 96. That's a little bit different. Don't have as much time to react to it. So that's why he's got to hit his spots, and he's not. The Royals let him off the hook last inning. They got to make him pay here. Big hit coming from Cam.
Down and away, 2-0. Gallagher flied to center, making the last out of the 2nd inning. Now the Royals had the bases loaded and 1 out, and Norris is really scuffling. And his first pitch to Hunter Dozier. Hunter hit it hard, but 1 hop to the 3rd baseman Candelario for a double play. That's deep into left center field and caught by Matuk. And both Escobar and Herrera were halfway, so they return. And it's 1st and 2nd, 2 down.
I thought that had extra bases and RBIs all over that swing. Cam did too. Fastball's up. He can't get his breaking ball over. Royals are sitting on it. Bad luck right there. Matuk, look, that's a nice play. Got to it in plenty of time, secured the out.
I think on Thursday night that's a home run.
I think so too.
The humidity and the ball carrying 20 degrees warmer than it is right now. And the wind is blowing in with temperatures in the low to mid 60s. Witt has struck out and fouled out. So that's where the wind is blowing in from, and it's right where Gallagher hit the ball. left center field. 1-1.
Look at the heater all day long. Can't get his breaking ball over. Griner pitched before that, had a nice block. We know how McCann, the everyday catcher, how he can block. This young man here is doing a nice job too. As big as his body is, 6'6".
2-1. Didn't mean to. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Witt had a triple last night. And every time the Royals hit a triple, the Kansas City Honda dealers make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy.
You don't see Witt get fooled too often. He might have been setting up Norris right there. Let's see. He might try to throw him another one down there.
Ooh. Right on it.
He missed. He tried to get it down and he missed. That's the first breaking ball I've seen in several breaking balls. It was a strike.
And it wasn't a quality one.
He's falling all over the place. It looks like his mechanics are off.
That was his 80th pitch, and it's fouled into the crowd. In his defense, somewhat, the Royals have hit a lot of foul balls in the first 4 innings. 80 pitches with 2 down in the 4th inning. That is a high pitch count. And he has averaged 4 2/3 innings per start since coming back from the disabled list.
This could be a big pin day for Ron Gardenhire, manager of the Tigers. Witt's looking for another one of those fastballs up. He can rifle in the alley. Pick up 2 ribbies. 1 gapper.
Three and 2. And now the runners will be off for the next pitch. And Mondesi is on deck. And he is homered and doubled already today. Fouled the breaking ball away.
Witt's getting a lot of swings. Look at it. There's that body language right there. That tells me if I'm defending, I'm a tough guy. I'm a hard out. That's a little swagger right there. That's what that is. You gotta have it. Between the lines. Rhythm.
I don't know if Al Avila, the Tigers general manager, likes to listen to our broadcast or not, but I'm going to suggest he send Daniel Norris to spend some time with Mark Burley this offseason.
That's a pretty good idea.
Just a suggestion. What do you think, Al?
You know what? He's a big fan of yours for sure. And he might take you up on that because I'm sure he, like the rest of us, all respect Burley.
Yeah.
Especially on getaway days. Just get the ball and throw it. Witt's going to get him. There's too many pitches he's had it.
And the 10th pitch of the at-bat is a ground ball to third. So a lot of pitches, a slow tempo, but when he's needed to make a pitch, he has. Still 1-0. Miller hold true moment.
Okay, the defense of the Royals has always been a staple, even this year of over 100 losses. So, would you have a guy like Keller who works quick, who's a ground ball pitcher, you're going to get defense behind you. The defense this year for the Royals, they're plus 12 in runs saved. That's 5th best in the American League. They can flash the leather.
And that's another area that's improved in the second half. They didn't have typical Royals numbers defensively in the first half, but that has improved.
Nothing wrong with that connection.
Well, and I'm wondering, is he getting advice from God, or is God getting advice from him on how to play shortstop?
He likes
I mean, who's talking to whom? 1-2 on Candelario. Keller has retired the first 9. Holtze just informed me that the Royals were -4 in defensive runs saved in the first half. Three and 2. Candelario, Stewart, and Castellanos are coming up. Candelario is a switch hitter, and he's had a lot of trouble from this side of the plate. Back through the middle. Backhanded Mondesi, and the throw is offline. So it was impressive that he even got to that ball, but he really didn't have a good shot of throwing out Candelario.
No, when you're going that, when you're running that fast towards left field, I mean, you really have to throw that ball up the line. It's nearly impossible. I mean, certainly Mondesi could make the play, but it's tough, very difficult.
Outside to Stewart. He was out on a nice play by Herrera in the first inning.
See how that ball moved off the plate like that? That was some good late movement.
Over the outside edge, 1-1. Blocked well by Gallagher. Joel was telling us that with that quad muscle, that strained quad muscle, that running and blocking balls in the dirt, that's most painful for him. Got the call, 2-2. That's Nicolas Castellanos leaning on the dugout wall and getting ready to come up. Three and two. Everything is down, down, down for Keller. When he misses, it's low. When Norris has missed today, he's been up.
And the Royals have had some bad luck hitting it at people. They've hit it and they put the ball in play hard. Gonna roll up a pair.
Candelario is running, and that was timed perfectly because he'll go first to third. And the Tigers have runners at the corners with nobody out. And there's some bad luck there as Keller got a ground ball, and it really wasn't hit all that hard.
No, that's
well
the one.
Placed.
That's the one he wanted. Now it was in the middle. It was up a little bit, but found a hole. That's the whole key.
And here's the Tigers' best hitter, Nicolas Castellanos. He fouled out to Bonifacio in right field in the first inning. One and 0. And here's our sprint trivia question, which involves Nicolas Castellanos. He is on pace to become the third Tigers outfielder to hit 300 with 85 or more RBIs in a season since 2000. 385 RBIs as an outfielder since 2000.
Who'd you write down?
Maglio Ordonez.
Good call. That's possibly a ding, ding, ding.
How about you?
I got Curtis Granderson.
Okay.
I like yours better than mine.
Witt gets behind it, but realizes there's no play. So Castellanos ties the game with a sacrifice fly. It is 1-1 in the bottom of the fourth.
Uses the whole field. Look at how he's just keeping that ball keeping it inside of his bat, because you don't want to roll over into a double play. So he's the perfect guy there, that situation.
That is his 86th RBI. So he's got the RBIs. Now he just has to stay on a 300 pace. Nico Goodrum with a runner at first and one out. What about Dimitri Young?
Oh, I was trying to think of other outfielders. That's a really good guess.
Played some first base also. Bobby Higginson.
Yeah. since 2000.
I don't think Austin Jackson drove in that many runs, did he?
No.
Back to Keller. The play is to second, and the Royals turn a double play. The Tigers tie it on Castellanos' sacrifice fly. Keller gets 2 more outs on the ground.
Dig it. That'll work. Roll him over.
Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Jeep. Hurry into the Jeep Adventure Days event for a great deal. And by Pizza Ranch. Hungry for legendary pizza and chicken? It's Pizza Ranch for the win. Yep, you're on TV.
That's awesome.
They got their version of Family Fun Day Sundays here in Detroit with the face painters. It'll be Mondesi, Gordon, and Perez in the 5th inning. Mondesi is homered and doubled. 2 balls, 1 strike.
How about tripling?
He would have had a triple had his double in the 3rd inning not bounced over the wall. 3-1.
That's a very rare feat to hit for a cycle. But if there's anybody built for a cycle, it's this young man right here. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Because triple's the hardest one to get when you have his kind of speed.
One out in the 5th inning.
Save the date for the Royals annual Fan Fest on Friday, January 25th and the 26th. Presented by Commerce Bank. Take a break from the cold weather and enjoy autograph sessions, interactive games, and player interviews at the Kansas City Convention Center. Youth tickets are just $5. For more information and to purchase tickets, visit Royals.com/fanfest.
Alex pulls it foul to the right field side.
I always enjoy at the Fan Fest when people are on the other side of the convention center the last few years, hearing you up on stage interviewing players and coaches, and that's really good. Yeah. This year, when Salvi got Locain on the phone, that was beautiful.
That was great, wasn't it?
Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. I stopped. I was at the other end of the convention center. Look at Alex get in there.
Is anyone going to cover first? Yes. Goodrum almost forgot that he was the first baseman. That ball dropped in right, and he was a spectator for a while there, but he was able to get back in time.
I mean, that's the softest hit I've seen Alex hit in the last 3 weeks. And I thought it was going to be a hit all the way. He did too. Yeah, look at Goodrum. Just got his foot on the bag.
Yeah. Lorenzo Cain had just signed with the Brewers, and he and Salvi had a playful relationship. Salvi was always taking pictures of Lorenzo Cain.
Sure.
And so one of the fans had asked during the Q&A if Salvi was going to miss Lorenzo Cain and who's he going to take pictures of. And I was sitting right next to Salvi, and he got on his phone, and you never know what Salvi's going to do. And I could see as his phone was ringing, it said "Low Cain" on it.
Oh,
that is pulled foul. So I'm thinking to myself, well, this will be kind of fun. He can leave Lorenzo a message, or the fans can yell something to him, and the next thing I know, he's talking to him on the phone. And so got the microphone up to Salvi's phone, and Lorenzo Cain got to say thank you to Royals fans, and Royals fans got to say thank you to him. And
no, you never know what you're going to get.
No.
That's why I was hoping that our fans will come out those Fan Fest days and enjoy the entertainment.
Salvi's had a heck of an eye against Norris today. He has a single to center field, and he came back from 1-2, and he walked in the third. And now he's 3 balls 2 strikes against Norris in the 5th. And a breaking ball gets him looking. So Norris has set down the last 5, and that's his first 1-2-3 inning. Showstopper, and this is a walk-off hit for Aaron Hicks last night in 11 innings, and the Yankees on the slide by Didi Gregorius beat the Baltimore Orioles, so they have clinched a wild card spot. That's the Yankees' 26th consecutive winning season. One ball, one strike. So now this part of the year, teams can start getting themselves ready for the postseason, resting players, trying to line up their rotation for the postseason, hoping that some injured players can get healed up for that final month. Three and one on Mikey Matuk. He grounded out to third in the second inning. Mondesi has a solo home run for the Royals. Castellanos has a sac fly for the Tigers. 3-2. And on that topic, the University of Kansas Health System injury report update. Lance Mccullers Jr. will join the Astros bullpen this week. He's had elbow problems all year, so he'll pitch out of the pen during the postseason.
Shocker. How many sliders as he throws? Breaking balls?
Jammed him. Mondesi throws him out. One away in the bottom of the fifth.
Frustrated hitters, I remember, would come back to the dugout and yell at the pitcher, "Your arm's gonna fall off." All the breaking balls. And sometimes, you know, that's an unnatural motion when they twist your over the top like that and you're twisting your wrist. Messes with the elbow.
And he throws a hard curveball slash slider. One of the best defensive plays of the game was made by Escobar at third against Rodriguez. 2 balls, no strikes.
Oh, what was really cool about the play was he caught it and threw it in like a split second, like a hot potato.
Easy for Witt out in center field. 2 outs. Any more thoughts on our trivia?
I think you hit some pretty good ones. I thought we might have them. I know we got one.
Try
for sure.
Maglio Ordonez.
That's a ding, ding, ding all the way.
Maglio Ordonez.
Ding, 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 ding.
So one more. We've got Curtis Granderson, Dimitri Young, Bobby Higginson, Torrey Hunter.
I liked Higginson, but I don't know, if he hit that high in average. He was a run producer. Had some bombs. Had a couple of really good seasons in the old stadium.
Oh, we'll try it. Bobby Higginson.
Ding, 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 ding. There you go.
Wow.
Good.
Where's Flanny?
There you go. First 2
Jeffrey
guesses.
Flanagan at lunch today said I had no chance to get this one. Where is he?
We nailed that. That's the quickest we've gotten one in a long time.
There he is.
Way to go, partner.
Take that, Flanny.
That's right. Go back to school a little bit. Tigers history 101.
Flanny loves the trivia question. And the worst thing about his day is when I sit down for dinner or lunch and Holtzy's there and they can't discuss the trivia question.
That kills him. It's important. And they're great questions too, by the way. It's not easy for them to come up with those every day, but they do a great job. It's been a lot of fun this year.
Mentioned the great play that Escobar made on Rodriguez. Mondesi made an outstanding play on Grainer when he popped out to shallow center field. Mondesi sprinting out from short and making a sliding play on the grass. Three and two.
Check it out. There it is. Straight string of a line. Straight line. Covered a lot of ground. Ooh. Kelly, he's just missing. I mean, like you said earlier, he's missing, but he's missing where you want to miss, down. He's got a great angle, and he's finishing really well today. Look at that angle. You see that downhill angle? That's what you want from pitchers that are 6'5" and over, or even 6'4", 6'3". It's the angle. So, getting down, tougher for a hitter to square it up.
And now Reyes lifts it deep to center field, but it's into that wind, and Witt makes the play. So the former minor league teammates, Reyes and Keller, and Reyes is 0 for 2 today.
MLB At Bat is your #1 Royals app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Royals home screen icons and features such as the MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stats, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
Chevy call to the bullpen. Daniel Norris was just under 100 pitches through 5 innings. And Drew Verhagen will get the 6th. It's the first time that Verhagen has appeared in this series. And he'll be greeted by Hunter Dozier, then Jorge Bonifacio, and Alcides Escobar.
That's 27-year-old talking about downhill angles. He's 6'6", 230. He likes to try to get that angle in his 90 to 96 mile-an-hour fastball. Ball 1. He stepped out of the box.
He's got a free pitch.
He did. Umpire doesn't have to grant you time before you step out. Verhagen, that fastball curve change. Come back in there with a heater.
It's our Sonic Slam inning, and our contestant is Deanna Sharp from Olathe. If the Royals hit a home run out of the park in this inning, Deanna wins $1,000. And if the Royals hit a grand slam out of the park, Deanna wins $25,000 from Sonic and the Royals. One and two on Dozier. His at bat is the biggest one of the game so far, and that was that double play. Norris was really fighting it, and after giving up a double and a single, he walked Salvador Perez to bring up Dozier with the bases loaded and 1 out. Dozier hit it hard, but right to Candelario for an inning-ending double play. So that got Norris off the hook.
Norris must be living right. Get out of jams like that. And that's a term that ball players use for a guy. Must be living right.
Well, he lives a very interesting life.
Oh, is he the one that lives in the Volkswagen bus? Oh, I missed that story.
Daniel Norris has an old VW van, which I think he's nicknamed Shaggy. And in the offseason, he's a surfer. In the offseason, he jumps in his van and he drives around the country. He avoids all interstate highways. He likes back roads and country roads. Awesome. And he camps out on beaches.
That's right.
And goes surfing all off season.
Good for him. What a life.
Always parks near oceans and lakes.
Okay.
He used to live out of that van in spring training.
Thanks for telling me. I like that. I think that's interesting. Guy does what he wants to do.
I read that story and I thought, why didn't I do that? All those off seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I had all that free time, just jump in the car and drive around the country.
I agree.
One and two on Bonifacio. He has a walk and a ground out to third today. Two and two. Still 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's what we were talking about earlier. Verhagen was not happy with that pitch because it was a slider that stayed up, but it was up in a spot where the best Bonifacio could do was foul it away. No swing. That's Adrian Johnson, the first base umpire. 2 down. Our Pepsi fan of the game. Well, I don't know if the Tigers put him on TV, but we'll put him on TV.
That's right.
Even though he's got
to go, young man. Glad you're here. Thanks for coming.
Nice colorful sign. That's
I love it.
Easy to pick out.
It's great.
Two outs, and now Escobar, who's 1 for 2. And Esky's hitting right around 400 over his last 7 games. That batting average keeps going up. And it'll go up again. He hits it down around the end of the bat, but over Cosma, the shortstop. And Escobar is 2 out of 3 today.
Yeah, that's out on the middle of the plate, and you can tell he shook his top hand. It hurt. A little jam shot, but off the end.
Rosel Herrera is 1 for 2.
July 29th was the last time Herrera's homered in New York against David Robertson. It's time. He's due.
It's only 1.
This is a good porch for him here. .330 down the right field line, but the ball really carries.
Two balls, no strikes. Came very close to hitting a home run earlier in the series, but he hit it to the wrong part of the ballpark.
Oh, it was a bomb.
Straight away center field. That was to end the game on Thursday night. Good rip. 2-1. He goes the other way. Coming up is Matuk, and it's going to drop in front of him and then kick to his right, and Escobar will go to third.
But he almost threw that ball away to the second baseman, Ronnie Rodriguez. That ball's moving away from him. He'll take that little doinker for a base hit. Matuk almost overplayed it and then picked it up and threw a short hop, bounced to second. Would have went to the right field and would have scored a run.
That'll bring up Cam Gallagher, and Cam is 0 for 2. He's come up twice with a runner in scoring position, and he just missed a 3-run home run in the 4th inning. He hit it to the warning track in left center field. The Royals have stranded 6 in the first 5 innings. The Tigers have stranded 1. That's a swing. 0-2. We have had sonic slams in each of the last 2 years. Abraham Almonte hit one here earlier this season, and remember last year Cam Gallagher, his first big league home run was a sonic slam. Herrera is running, and it's bounced foul to the third base side.
That was out in Oakland.
Yep. Herrera takes off again, and look out.
That was chin music. Some hitters that works on, others it doesn't. Some guys get up from that and go, really? You disrespect me like that? I'm gonna get you right here. And then other hitters go, oh man, I'm gonna back off the plate now. Gotta have the attack mentality as a hitter. Take him to right field or doink him.
Shallow left, and Montook slides, and it's off of his glove. So Gallagher gets an RBI, and with that ball on Herrera's single that kicked away from Montook, Escobar was able to go to third.
How about that? So you want to hit him hard after he chin musics you, but he hangs a breaking ball and he fists it right out there in between them. Montook had it in his glove. Good job by Cosma to get out of the way of him, but that's a 2-out, 2 RBI single. Nice.
And the 2 outs is the key, because less than 2 outs, you don't really know what's going to happen there, and you got to freeze and wait to see if it's going to drop. But Escobar and Herrera were going on contact, and the Royals lead 3-1. So a rough inning for Montook. He had a ball kick away from him, and now a ball go off of his glove. One ball, 1 strike on Witt. He had 3 long at bats against starter Daniel Norris, but he is 0 for 3 today with a strikeout, a foul out, and a ground out. Castellanos near the shadows in right field makes a play. So 2 outs and nobody on. Escobar and Herrera single, and Gallagher gets him home. Win pitching line. Brad Keller's given up 1 run, 2 hits, and only 3 runners in his first 5 innings. He has 1 strikeout using his defense, and he has started a double play himself. That ground ball double play is the 18th for Brad Keller this year. That's in the top 5 in the American League, and his battery mate Cam Gallagher just delivered a 2-out, 2-run single to put the Royals in front 3-1.
Timely. They got to hold it today. They got to hold that lead. Keller, stellar. Look at him. Pounding the attack in the strike zone. Using the 4-seamer and the 2-seamer. Just like Cal Eldred wants him to. This Cosma right here. Speaking of Cal Eldred, I was talking with Cosma today before the game, and being a Cardinal, he had some ties with Cal Eldred. He asked me, or he told me, "Did you know that Eldred could still throw?" I said, "What do you mean?" He says he'd throw to some of us, and he's throw 85 miles an hour. Takes him. He's in good shape, and he goes, "He's a nice guy, isn't he?" I said, "Yeah, he's a great guy." Well, don't let that kid you. He is a tremendous competitor with a mean streak in him. So Cosma was giving me the lowdown on Cal. I like it. That's what you want.
He's a Big Ten guy. What do you expect?
He's a competitor, man. I like it. Still has it in him. He's done a heck of a job with Keller this year and some of the other guys. That's for sure.
If you go back to the year that Cal Eldred was taken in the first round out of the University of Iowa, Brad Keller has the third most innings pitched by a Rule 5 draftee. Third most innings pitched going back to 1989 when Cal Eldred was taken in the first round by the Milwaukee Brewers. And while we're talking about historical context, Brad Keller's ERA, this is over the last 20 seasons. In a debut season, 3-1 on Candelario. Lowest ERAs in the American League in the last 20 years in a debut season. Only Masahiro Tanaka and Michael Fulmer have a lower ERA with Keller's innings and starts.
Fulmer was Rookie of the Year for that. Tell you what a performance he had.
Who knew when the Royals took Brad Keller in the Rule 5 draft this year? Mitch Webster's name comes up quite a bit.
Good for Mitch.
Yep. Kansas native, longtime member of the Royals organization.
Former teammate of mine, Montreal Expos. Good, excellent scout now. He's helping the Royals out a lot.
That's just Keller's second walk today.
Take a look. He repeats his delivery. Let's take a look at him right here. Okay, he really loads his hip. Okay, gathering right here. The arms go up. Okay, all the way up to his waist up here. I mean to his shoulders. Loads. Now his step. He's going to come forward, and then what's important is this foot right here is aiming towards his target. Okay. Now the most important is his finish. See how he's over that front foot? He's out over the front foot. This is a comebacker earlier in the game. And that's what allows the late movement he's getting with his fastball. The 2 and 4 seamers.
Gallagher got a glove on it, but Candelario will move up to second base on a wild pitch.
You get out of that, over that front side like that, and you finish down through with the power that Keller has, and that wind up and delivery, he's going to get some movement, which equals outs.
Stewart is 1 for 2 today. Two and 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and again that pitch is down and out of the strike zone, and Keller's been doing that all day. He is either throwing strikes in the bottom of the strike zone, and if he's missing down and out of the strike zone. Still 2-2. You ever had a Michigan apple before?
Not that I knew of, and I could have had one, but and it was from Michigan, but I wouldn't have known it. Do you know it if you get one? Is it special?
Apparently, because all day I've been behind the catcher reading about Michigan apples, where apples love to grow.
Okay, there you go. I was wondering where that came from. Well, I can't tell you I've ever had one.
Washington apples.
Okay. Stewart's grinding Keller's pitches. He's fouling off every one of them.
Just outside.
How do you lay off of that? He wanted it. Looks pretty good up there. He's got some composure. Stewart. 3-2. He knows the heater's coming.
Another foul ball. So this will be pitch number 9. And Gallagher is going to go out and have a chat. Stewart, not only has he worked a 3-ball, 2-strike count and fouled off several pitches, he has looks like he's seeing the ball well out of Keller's hand, because he is not biting on pitches out of the strike zone and having good swings at pitches in the strike zone.
Great
they
time
need to mix it up.
I agree, but it's a great time for Gallagher to go to the mound. Give him a little breather. If Cal didn't come out, that was good that Cam Gallagher did. Perfect timing. See if it works. Let him catch his breath.
That is an excellent plate appearance. So with 1 out, back-to-back walks, and now Nicolas Castellanos. Keller's mad. He slammed the rosin bag into the dirt.
First time all year I think I've seen any emotion out of him. He's done a great job of composing himself. Cal's going to help him. He sees the frustration too.
And Maybreeze Valoria is also running onto the field. He's going to go out to the Royals bullpen. Good time to come out and chat. Give him time to catch his breath.
And let Valoria get out there. I mean, maybe they could have summoned the golf cart for him. That's a long run.
Here's Castellanos among American League leaders. He has driven in a run today with a sacrifice fly. He's finishing strong. I mean, he's been good all year. He has the highest batting average in September, which is over 400. And of those 45 doubles, 9 have been this month, which is second most in the major leagues. And he's up here with 2 on and 1 out. The Royals just scored 2 in the top half of this inning to take the lead. Good slider. How about them apples?
That's where you want them. And he's only grounded into 8 double plays, and I'm sure Cal Eldred told Keller, hey, look, let's put him in the lane. But when you have a guy that has an inside out swing like Castellanos, he's tough to double up, because he's always going to the opposite field, not rolling over his hands. Put him in the lane. Uh-oh. That's going to take that away.
And that's the second wild pitch of the inning. So the Tigers have been given 4 bases in this inning, 2 walks and 2 wild pitches.
Cal just couldn't keep his elbows in there. Now he did a good job of trying to center it, but the ball snuck underneath his elbow, and what you try to do is you try to keep those elbows close to your side like that. It just didn't work for him. It's a good try, Cam.
Got him to chase again. He is no less dangerous when he gets to 2 strikes. He has the highest line drive rate in the American League with 2 strikes, or second highest in the American League. Tommy Pham is now with Tampa Bay, and Whit Merrifield is 5th on that list. Chased again. And Castellanos wasn't picking up that slider at all. That's a huge strikeout.
It was huge, and the crowd will tell you. Gonna hurt all the groans. There we go, pitch by pitch. Look at that, breaking ball down. Again, that one got away from him, but he's able to stay with it. And Castellanos, he was looking at the hitters that came up before him, and Keller was feeding him nothing but fastballs. So he goes up there guessing, and he got him in a pattern in swing mode. Got him. Nice job.
Now Goodrum pops it up left side. Mondesi's got it, so Keller pulls it together after the 2 walks and the 2 wild pitches, and the Tigers leave 2 in scoring position. Number 12 for Adalberto Mondesi, hit it off of Daniel Norris. And with the game tied at 1 with 2 outs in the 6th inning, Cam Gallagher dropped one in between the shortstop Cosma and the left fielder Montook. That drove in Escobar and Herrera, put the Royals in front 3-1. And meanwhile, Brad Keller has given up 1 run on 2 hits in his 6 innings. Here's Blaine Hardy. A Chevy call to the bullpen, originally out of the Royals organization. And he'll pitch to Mondesi, Gordon, and Perez.
Yeah, you know, he's done a pretty nice job. He's not a strikeout pitcher. He's not overpowering, but he's a finesse lefty, 86-90. 4 pitches, he mixes them up. 31 years young. Slider curve change along with a fastball.
Squirted off the end of the bat foul. 1-2 on Mondesi. Blaine Hardy was drafted in the 22nd round of 08 out of Lewis and Clark State in Idaho. And then he made his big league debut against the Royals right here in 2014. Down goes Mondesi, who was 12 when Hardy signed with the Royals. Well, we're happy to announce that Gloves for Kids is coming up, and it'll be this upcoming Saturday, and we're going to be at the Urban Youth Academy. And there's a full list of the players at Royals.com/gloves for kids, including Alex Gordon, who has really helped out a lot, helping sign up guys like Whit Merrifield and Salvador Perez, Hunter Dozier, Ryan O'Hearn, and others. 11 a.m. to noon at the Urban Youth Academy on Saturday. Matuk makes a play in left field. And if I can add one more thing, it's going to be Futures Night the night before, when the Royals every year honor the player and pitchers of the year from all the minor league affiliates. And thanks to Kyle Venna and the Royals baseball operations department, those minor leaguers on Saturday are going to come out to the Urban Youth Academy and give a free clinic to the kids while they're out there getting autographs.
That's a great idea. I think it's fantastic. You could talk about that the whole game.
We will have 2-for-1 tickets to the Negro Leagues Baseball Museum, so you can make a day of it.
Exactly. Way to go.
Spent some time at the historic 18th and Vine District.
Giving gloves. Where did that come up from? How did you develop that? Where did you get the idea for that? That's fantastic. It's kids need gloves.
Good timing, Hud.
Oh, my bad.
3 up, 3 down. Keller is up and ready to go in the bottom of the 7th inning with the Royals leading 3-1. Cincinnati, and then a 2-game series begins with the Reds on Tuesday night. Eric Skoglund will go for the Royals, and Matt Harvey will pitch for the Reds. And then on Wednesday, Heath Fillmyer against Cody Reed, who came up through the Royals organization, and he was one of the pitchers the Royals used to acquire Johnny Cueto in 2015. So we'll see Cody Reed on Wednesday, and that'll be the last road game for the Royals, returning home for a 4-game homestand in series against the Indians on Thursday. Brad Keller has given up 1 run, 2 hits in 6 innings. He has walked 3, none of which have turned into runs. And he'll get Matuk, Rodriguez, and Greiner in the bottom of the 7th. There's Matt Hall warming up in the Tiger bullpen. He is from Lee's Summit, and he went to Missouri State, so he's happy to know that for the first time we're going to have a Missouri State night at Kauffman Stadium on Friday. So get your theme ticket at Royals.com/theme tickets for an exclusive Royals cap featuring the Missouri State logo and colors. That's presented by Fox Sports Kansas City and Rally House.
Pretty good timing right there, wasn't it? Young man gets up, hadn't seen him up in 4 days that we've been here, and now we might get a chance to see him pitch.
Foul ground.
Stay with it.
And Dozier is there to make the play.
Not easy. That's a tough play over there. Wind, not such a factor like it was most every day in this series. But the sun's there. Tinted drift on it. He's got his glasses. Sometimes you got to hold your mouth just right when you're going for a catch like that. He had his mouth open. He was trying to, find the right concentration level.
So you got to hold your mouth just right to find the right concentration level.
Sometimes. Have you seen Phillips in the outfield? Remember in New York, his first game, he went up and he robbed a homer and he had his mouth wide open. Sometimes that helps your concentration.
That's a first for me. But I won't doubt you.
Nope. We'll ask Phillips.
I mean,
we'll ask him.
You pointed out years ago, chewing gum with confidence
is important in a body language business. But I'll be interested to see if McCarthy takes the card in.
It worked for him last time.
I'm hoping that works.
Don't mess with a good thing in baseball.
No. And for Keller, man, he's been stellar. They got to take care of him. The back end of the pin to win. For sure.
Straightaway center field. Easy play for Witt. And there are 2 down in the 7th inning. Keller's at 101 pitches. That's pretty good. If guy's never pitched above Double-A and then he's thrust into the big leagues as a Rule 5 pick, and the worst he did was a 5.46 ERA in July, and the league has a lot more information on Brad Keller, and yet he's thriving since August.
I'll say the Orioles, you win 8 innings. Cleveland 7. White Sox 7.
Greiner has a base hit into left field. He's on with 2 outs.
He just is finishing very strong.
And here comes Victor Reyes. Victor Reyes and Brad Keller were teammates last year in Double-A with the Diamondbacks. And then Reyes was taken first overall in the Rule 5 draft. Keller was taken second overall in the Rule 5 draft by Cincinnati, but they had already arranged a deal with the Royals. They are close friends, and they also have one important thing in common, being a Rule 5 player. They are quick learners, and the Tigers have gone on and on about how Reyes has adapted to this jump. His numbers aren't great, but he's played good defense. They say he has backed up every single ball in the outfield. He hasn't taken any plays off defensively. So I'll bet the Diamondbacks wish they still had these 2 guys in their system, but They can be proud of raising two good major leaguers or major league prospects.
Yeah, I mean, just 23 years old. Reyes, 6'5", 200 pounds. He's got some athletic look to him, that's for sure.
And a line drive to left. Alex slides.
No way.
He caught it.
What? I don't know how the ball didn't get by him. Oh, way to pick up Brad Keller. Gardenhire, he's like me. I'm thinking, what? I don't know. How did he catch this?
Well, he did.
Whoa, that was special. All leather. No grass. Show the ball to the people. He's got skills. Catches defensively behind him because the guys are always ready. His tempo is perfect. That pitching and defense, that goes hand in hand. That's signature Royals baseball. Look at that. Good swing. That ball was all the way off the bat. Thought that was going to be a hit. Alex Gordon contorted his body, was able to get his glove fully extended and get that leather underneath that ball before he hit the grass. That was special.
This is Matt Hall, who is from Lee Summit. He was born in Independence, but said he has spent his entire life in Lee Summit and then on to Missouri State. Outside to Hunter Dozier.
Good for him. Congratulations. 88-90 with his fastball. His curveball might be his best pitch, and he's got a good changeup to righties.
2-0 against Dozier. Hunter is 0 for 3 today. Two and 1. Matt Hall was All-State and threw 2 no-hitters for the Lee Summit West Titans. He also attended Cedar Creek Elementary School and Summit Lakes Middle School in Lee Summit.
Outstanding.
That's past him, but backed up by the second baseman Rodriguez. And Dozier is out, number 1.
Come out for Fan Appreciation Night on Saturday for a night filled with fun activities and giveaways, including a fireworks spectacular presented by Popsicle and Price Chopper. After the game, and the first 15,000 fans through the gates will receive a 50th season logo hooded sweatshirt, courtesy of Academy Sports and Outdoors. Head to Royals.com to buy your tickets. There's the big bender.
Bonifacio is 0 for 2 with a walk today.
First day here, you know, this is a 4-game series here. First day I went over there to the Tigers inside and tried to find him. Matt Hall, couldn't find him. Wanted to introduce myself to him, and come to find out we've already met. One of his good buddies has tickets for the Chiefs, and
it's a cousin, isn't it?
Yeah, we're in the same row.
Mm-hmm.
And I finally saw him today. Game 4, I finally was able to track him down. And I remember, I said, "Do you remember me? We met before." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I'll see you this winter." And he's our homie. Oh, I'm so proud of him to get here. It's not easy. So I had to ask Rick Anderson, the pitching coach, about him. And I said, "You know, he doesn't look like he's overpowering pitcher. Does he have a chance to stay here, up here in the big leagues?" And he said, "It's all up to him. He's left-handed, and he has the ability to pitch just like he did there to Bonifacio. It's all up to him."
He was their minor league pitcher of the year this year, so
there you go.
Had a good year leading up to the big leagues.
So what I felt, oh,
look at that. That's a zip line from Comerica Park over to Ford Field, where the Lions are going to play tonight. That's just beyond the seats and lefts. That's one way to attend both games.
That looks like
we got to
fun.
get one of those at the Truman Sports Complex.
How about it?
Goes zip lining across Lot M.
That looks like fun. We got a game there this evening.
I think that's something Jeremy Guthrie would have tried. What do you think?
Probably. Think we could get Goldie up there?
2 balls, 1 strike. I think there's time. He can run up there real quick and start throwing his name around.
Oh boy.
Heskey has 2 hits today and a run scored. Look at that. What will they think of next?
So typically when you get to meet a young performer who's from the hometown that your team you're broadcasting from, you ask him, like I asked him, who are some of your favorites? You know, who helped you when you were growing up? And he goes, a lot of people, my parents and friends. And I said, anybody in specific? He goes, no, I don't want to miss anybody because they're all important to me. Makes sense. Okay. Give love to the family. I think his parents are here. I see a gentleman with a Hall jersey on below us. He told me the parents are here. That might be him.
Low throw is pulled out of the dirt by Goodrum. So Matt Hall against his childhood team has a 1-2-3 8th inning. All aboard. Here comes Kevin McCarthy. here that have gone back to using the golf cart to bring a reliever in the game. Used to be this was pretty common practice at Major League ballparks, but not many players have taken the teams up on using the cart. But Kevin McCarthy has. Took him right to the infield dirt, and it worked for him a couple nights ago.
So stay with it. I like it. And you know, I don't know why they didn't take him all the way to the mound. It's a golf cart. It's not going to ruin the grass or the dirt. But anyway, his job, pick up for Stellar Keller. He was unbelievable again today. He really needs a good, strong finish from his buddies in the pen.
Jim Adduci, who struck out to end the game in the Royals win 2 nights ago as a pinch hitter, is on with a leadoff single.
Brad Keller, man, oh man, he just keeps getting better and better and stronger and stronger. You'd think he'd wind down, you know, get close to the end of the season, but at 23 years young, are you kidding? Just give him a defense behind him and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This kid here, he can go. Look at him, ground ball after ground ball, doing exactly what Cal Eldred says to do. Go out and pitch and attack the zone, young man. Nice job. Remember how young, you know, all you needed was a peanut butter and jelly sandwich when you were young. That's all you needed. Go all day.
You're pulling out some things we've never heard before.
I'm getting excited. We're going to split the series here and head to Cincinnati, and they're in trouble, the Redlegs. They got to finish strong from Keller.
I mean, pick and grin, knife and fork, opening your mouth for better concentration.
Hey.
And all you need is a defense behind you and a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's it on a day
Just
game.
when I thought I knew something about this game.
Hey, so McCarthy, he's going to try to do the same thing Keller did. He has similar pitches. Maybe not as hard, but he's a sinker baller. So roll up a double play for him. Right here. Put him in the lane. Sinker, slider, change curve.
Three balls and 1 strike. Candelario was on twice against Keller and scored the Tigers' run in the 4th on a Castellanos sacrifice fly. To center field, Witt is there, and that's out number 1. Refreshing saves from Price Chopper and Aquafina. Sign up at mypricechopper.com/saves to save on Aquafina when the Royals get a save. That'll bring up Stewart, who had an impressive plate appearance in the 6th inning and ended up walking against Keller. Otherwise, he's 1 for 2 today. There's a ground ball, and not quite a double play. But the Royals keep the tying run at the plate. Adduci is out at second base on the force.
Yeah, nice try. Ball wasn't hit hard enough. They couldn't continue. They couldn't roll it up. And it batted from the left at 1, 2, 3, 4 hops. That's too many.
And now McCarthy gets Castellanos, who hit an RBI double against Mac on Friday night in the 8th inning. McCarthy came on with a runner at first base and nobody out. He got the first 2 outs, and then Castellanos doubled to left center field to make it a 1-run game, and then Peralta pitched a scoreless 9th. Grounded out to Escobar. He'll go to second. And there you go. Just put a defense behind him. And now McCarthy can go enjoy his peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Sweet. Way to go, Mac. Roll him up.
Fox Sports Kansas City is brought to you by Ford. Going further so you can. And it is a beautiful day in Detroit. 3-1 Royals, 9th inning. Matt Hall, the former Lee Summit West Titan, will stay on for the 9th inning. Adduci will stay in the game at first base. And Nico Goodrum, who was at first base, shifts over to short as Adduci batted for the shortstop, starting shortstop, Pete Kozma. 1 ball, 1 strike on Rosell Herrera. He has a 2-hit game, a stolen base, and a run scored. One and 2. Matt Hall had a 1-2-3 8th inning with a strikeout. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As you would imagine, he was a big Royals fan and had a lot of fun with his family in 2014 and 2015. His favorite Royal was Mike Sweeney.
Nice.
Goodrum gets tested right away, shifting over to shortstop. 1 down in the 9th inning.
Fans, join Fox Sports Kansas City and team up for Down syndrome on September 30th for Special Day at the K. Every ticket purchased will benefit the special needs community in Kansas City. Get your tickets at royals.com/special day and join us, please. It's a great opportunity for fun. It's next Sunday. You'll love it. We'll celebrate the differences that our special needs people have. Celebrate them.
This the 3rd year?
It is. And you know, if we hear back from families that say, you know, we don't have a chance to come to the K very often together as a family, and we take advantage of that. And we go out and I could have a little fundraising lunch before, sponsored by Salty Iguana. They do a great job, and we get to celebrate the day at the K. That's why we call it the special day at the K. It's really been fun. The Royals have jumped aboard. Fox Sports Kansas City is so excited about the opportunity to share our special needs kids with others and families. So Hall, you know, watching him pitch for the first time, I'm impressed. He's a finesse guy. He can get outs, and he looks like he's a ground ball worker. He works on the ground, and he's got a nice breaking ball. And reading his pitching coach, the way I could read him, he looked, I mean, he looked at me like, hey, look, kid looks like he can stay. That's the whole key. Getting here, a lot of guys can do, even though not many do, but once you get here, the key is, can you stay? That's the hardest part. Wow.
That's his second strikeout, and there are 2 down in the 9th inning.
Man, he's excited to pitch today because he knows that we're here. We're giving him some love, and there's his parents. He told me his parents and his family's going to be here. It's a big day. And it didn't hurt that I saw his manager, Ron Gardenhire, coming up here on the elevator before the game. He was down there out in the hallway outside of their locker room, and I said, hey, Gardy, can you get our homie in, please? Come on. We want to give him some love. He looked at it, and he goes, you know what? We'll work on it, Hud. So
there you go. So if not for you, he never would have gotten in the game.
No,
today.
I think he would have. It's probably his turn to pitch, but I just wanted to remind Gardy, come on. Got to get him in and give him some love.
When Merrifield needs a base hit here to extend his hitting streak, he is 0 for 4. His hitting streak is at 13 games. His career high is 19. And he's had 4 very good at bats today. Long counts, a lot of foul balls. But the box score says he's 0 for 4. He is the first player in Royals history with 4 different hitting streaks in 1 year of 12 or more games.
Unbelievable. There it is.
Line base hit right field. So in his last at bat, we hope Witt gets a base hit.
He's not stopping.
And it looks like he's going to end up with a triple.
That was awesome. Way to go. Set that up perfect, partner. And he slaps one down the line. Opposite field. Castellanos, he went hard into the wall, but it just kicked away from him. And when the play's in front of you, it's easy to make your own decisions. See, he's watching it. He's going to take a peek right there. Okay, took a long peek. Says, I'm going. I don't need Jersley.
And with Witt's triple, the Kansas City Honda dealers will make a $1,000 donation to the KC Urban Youth Academy. And now Mondesi chops it to third. Candelario throws him out. So Matt Hall works around the Mondesi triple. Peralta will get Goodrum, Matuk, and Rodriguez in the 9th.
split, looking to finish up with a win here in Detroit. Joel Goldberg down by the visiting dugout. Jeff Montgomery will join momentarily as we get ready for Boulevard Royals Live. Brad Keller, excellent once again, plus some Mondi magic, some great defense. All of that gets you ready for Cincinnati and more coming up on Boulevard Royals Live. Ryan?
Thank you, Joel. And Adalberto Mondesi has turned in our Jeep drive of the game, and that was early in the game, as in the second batter against Daniel Norris. Mondesi doubled in his next at-bat. That gave the Royals a 1-0 lead in the first. The Tigers tied it on a sac fly in the fourth, and right now the difference is a Cam Gallagher 2-out, 2-run single in the sixth inning. That was against Drew Verhagen. And now Peralta will go for his 13th save and his second in this series.
Okay, steady as she goes. Work the fastball in, slider, change.
Escobar, bare hands, throws, didn't get him. Nico Goodrum is on to begin the ninth inning.
And you can't let that happen. Can't let him drag bunt on or push bunt on you like that. It's a good play, but Esky was a little bit too far back. You know he bunts. Tough angle. Beat it.
And that brings up Mikey Matuk, who had the big hit for the Tigers last night, a 2-run home run. And put Detroit in front in the eighth inning. He is 0 for 3 today. All of his at-bats were against Keller. Now Goodrum runs and a check swing foul. In the bottom of the eighth inning last night, it was Nico Goodrum with an infield single, followed by Mikey Matuk with a 2-run home run to left field.
Yep. He got a pitch, didn't miss it.
Shallow center field, and Witt comes way in to make the play. 1 out in the ninth. Today's copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Kansas City Royals and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Kansas City Royals Baseball Club. 1 out, and Ronnie Rodriguez with a runner at first base. Ned Yost today is hoping for the same formula as Friday, which was his starter going 7, McCarthy in the 8th, and Peralta in the 9th. And that's how the Royals won 4-3. Today it was Keller going 7. It was Kennedy on Friday. McCarthy pitched the 8th tonight, and now 0-1 Willie Peralta against Ronnie Rodriguez.
Gotta hope it works. You know, Ned's looking for wins.
Good spot. 0-2.
That's it. Stay right there. Don't worry about Goodrum. Goodrum can't hurt you. Don't let him distract your attention.
Fouled away. Ronnie Rodriguez reminds me of an answer to a trivia question a few nights ago. Remember, we couldn't figure out who the White Sox shortstop was on their 05 championship team.
Yep.
Juan Uribe.
Yeah. Good hitter.
Line right field. One hop to Bonifacio. Goodrum will stop at second. So down in the count. Ronnie Rodriguez got a good pitch to hit, and he singles to right.
And you had him bailing out on the breaking ball, but they came back in with a fastball, and he just slapped it to right. So he was ready for a pitch, and he got it.
And now Grayson Greiner, who was walked and singled today. Royals are trying to close out a close game on the road, which has been a challenge lately. Now Bert Smith is warming up in the Royals bullpen. Outside, 2-0.
Okay, now be careful. He knows a fastball's coming. He has not grounded into a double play in his career this season, and he's due. So he wants to hit, keep it in the lower part of the zone.
Threw it by him. So that should be a mental note. Three and one. Victor Reyes is on deck.
Hardest save for a closer is on the road.
Bases loaded, one out. Tigers have some more experienced bats on the bench, but Ron Gardenhire is going to let the Rule 5 rookie Victor Reyes come up. They will pinch run. Harold Castro, minor league call up, an infielder, will run for Greiner at first base. And that is his major league debut. So he represents the winning run. Ty runs at second base. Reyes is 0 for 3. He lost a hit on a great sliding play by Alex Gordon in the 7th inning. This is the last home game for the Tigers this year. They will finish on the road.
Got to get in that strike zone and put him in the lane.
Over anxious.
You know, Peralta, they definitely, command is off. He sees the bases are loaded, Reyes does, and he's like, you know what? I want to be the hero.
I remember a rather dramatic and exciting final home game for the Royals 5 years ago. Reyes hits it to center. Tagging and coming from third is Goodrum, so it's 3-2. Rodriguez stays at second base. And Reyes gets a sacrifice fly.
He was on it. He was ready for it. Now that ball wasn't a strike either. So Peralta having a hard time finding the strike zone, but he'll take the out right there. A win's a win. Whether they've been losing a lot by 1 run, we might as well win by 1.
Game I was referring to in 2013. Remember Justin Maxwell hit a walk-off grand slam for the Royals?
Oh, I'll never forget that.
Last home game in 2013.
Oh man, that really set the tone for what was to come. I believe it.
All right, here's a rematch. On Friday night, Jim Adducci came to the plate with runners at first and second and 2 outs, and Peralta struck him out, and that was a 1-run game. And here's Adducci, runners first and second, 2 outs, 1-run game in the 9th inning. Fastball and a foul tip. Peralta struck out Adducci on breaking balls down and in. He got him to chase 2. Adducci came on as a pinch hitter in the 8th inning today and single to center field against McCarthy. Fouled away, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, Adducci looking for the fastball, no question about it, but he can't touch that right there. He's shaking his head saying, I should have let that go.
He hasn't swung in a strike yet.
Peralta having a hard time with his command. See if he can get him a breaking ball out of the zone.
Blocked by Gallagher.
Yeah, it's a couple nice little stops by Gallagher in this inning behind there. That's right. You know, the game's difficult. Cam got him a nice little blue pit with a couple RBIs attached and has had a good part of this game. If you do one good thing as a big leaguer that day, you've had a good game. That's how hard it is. But Cam's doing several things good. Well.
Another block.
And this ball bounced 5 feet in front of home plate. I don't know how he did it. Kept it right, and he centered it with his chest protector. Peralta having a hard time with his breaking ball, and Adducci knows it. He's looking fastball. He's looking to hit it.
Struck him out. So Peralta strikes out Adducci to end the game Friday night and Sunday afternoon, and the Royals earn a 4-game split with the Tigers.
Oh man, way to finish it. He got him with a changeup. Now he hadn't thrown that changeup at all, and he was having a hard time with throwing that breaking ball for a strike, and he stayed away from the slider. Got him on the change. Good selection there. Cam Gallagher, good game, buddy. That was a heck of a job. Look at Salvi giving him some love. That's one of the best games we've seen him play. Way to contribute.
So the Royals split a road series and put an end to a 6